Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Like always, please subscribe, comment, and like the video. Definitely helps push out my content to other people that will like it as much as you guys. And also, I will drop the Patreon on the description and in the comments below because I haven't done that in a while. And again, if you want access to my indicators, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want access to multiple strategies, follow me on Patreon. I have been thinking about just instead of joining the Patreon and being on subscription, I have been thinking about just putting this all in a book and just putting it on Amazon. So I have been thinking about that also. If you guys think that's a good idea or not, also drop the comments below. I might just completely get rid of the Patreon altogether and just do a book on all my strategies, to be honest. I've been thinking about that recently. But I wanted to get back to, how I used to make videos, which is completely, by scratch. And usually what I wanted to do is actually just, use the daily on previous market structure, just to kind of see how we're like performing and stuff and kind of going from there, right? Whoops, why is it yellow? It's supposed to be red. So that's probably what I'm going to do right now. I'm probably just going to start doing my videos from scratch, at least for these dailies, because, again, if we're running on daily, if we're running on trying to figure out what range we are every single day, it's probably best that we just do this on a daily, on daily support and resistance, right? Basic market structure where we can just use the daily structure to kind of see where we're going, right? Instead of using weekly and stuff. And again, you can use weekly support, right? I mean, I guess I could just do, weeklies like this, but then I don't like using it because then it gets kind of, there's a lot going on. Then there's too much going on. I don't like it. But as of right now, it does look like you broke this range here, right? You were trading sideways for this range here. And I told you guys that I've been bullish for a very long time, just completely bullish, really. This range hasn't broken yet, right? This range, wasn't broken. We basically just traded sideways ever since December 16th, right? So almost a month that we've really just been trading sideways. We actually just broke out of this range here. More than likely, I think we're going to 392, possibly retesting this high of 389 and then pushing up towards 404. But as of right now, because the weekly is looking so bullish, right here, right? You haven't closed. If this actually closes around these levels, I'm what is it called? I'm kind of leaning towards the bear market being over, because the last time we actually closed something, keep in mind, this is the weekly time chart, right? This is the weekly. The weekly is ridiculously huge, but the last time you closed anything similar to this was right after COVID. And after COVID, after we closed like this, you actually ended up mooning like crazy for the next however long, right? So here, I'll give you guys a really good example. So we go all the way back to 2020, where that initial drop happened, like right, where did it happen? Was this here? September? No, a little bit lower. There we go. Again. So when was the last time we actually closed? Actually, I can't use this as an example. I have to use the SPX on the FXCM because this one gives me a different chart. It's right here. There you go. So the SPX, this is the 2020th, right? Again, the last time we closed a VC on the weekly, which is right here, right there, we were trading at between 312 and 318, and we kept pushing all the way, right? That was essentially a really early sign of a continuation, right? Usually when we close VCs like this, and this is something that you learn in the Patreon if you ever join, we consider this violent closes, or I consider this violent closes, right? And after like years of experience with my own indicators and looking at how everything reacts, this is usually a really good sign of a continuation towards the upside, right? So you would have closed here, you would have taken the long at 318, right? I would have personally bought all this wick down, and then this would have kept pushing to the upside. And even at the lowest point that it came down, you would have still been in profit, right? All you had to do was hold. So again, we're looking at the same thing right now. I think as of right now, this retrace, I think, is a 618 retrace. If this weekly closes bullish, I'm I'm debating whether I should call the bottom of the bear market or not, right? And I'm leaning more towards calling the bottom of the bear market, especially you haven't had, right, since these downtrends happened, right? It's like, for example, if we dropped from here to here and then rallied up, right? If we dropped from here to here and then rallied instead of coming back down, right? Instead of coming back down, right? Rallied from here, this level, up here, instead of coming back down. And that's where we are right now, right? We essentially broke every single, like the tradition, right? We are essentially in this week right here, this yellow candle, and we came down. We're actually up. We're actually above this, right? Again, same thing for right here. Instead of going down like this candle here is actually up, right? Instead of going down like this candle is actually up. And again, that's what's going on here. This candle is actually up. But again, I think the big actual, the big piece of news is going to be CPI. We have CPI on Thursday, and that's going to determine where we're actually going to go, right? That's going to be the main event, right? Because if CPI comes in at like, 8.5% after coming in at like 7.2, we're completely effed. And this is going to go like from here. It's going to touch this trend at 393 and then come all the way down like that, right? That's what I think. But if CPI actually comes in lower, right, 7.2 or lower, which is the same exact as last time, or lower, I think we're going to moonshot all the way back up to this level at like 415 within this week, or actually next week, to be honest. I think that's what's going to happen. And I'm going to stick to that. So as of right now, again, if we do end up closing around this level, I'm kind of arguing the fact that we should be, we should be rallying up super hard to the upside. And if CPI comes in low, I think we're going to 415, 420 possibly this week. That's what I think. And I think we were using ACAP. Yeah, there we go. But for today's range, again, I am in nothing but longs right now. Still in longs. I think this thing is probably gonna push to probably a close. Oh no, yeah. So I think as of right now, it does look like you're gonna be closing a 4-hour bear trigger. So I do think that as of right now, you could potentially go a little bit higher to 392, or from here come back down to 389 and then push to the upside. But you actually have, if we look at SPY, right, you're going to have a pretty nice gap. Actually, it's not even that much of a gap, honestly. You don't even have that much of a gap. It's like maybe, what is this? 22 cents. For net, you have a very small gap, right? Very small gap at 388 to here. So if anything, probably at open, this probably comes down, closes gap, maybe comes back down maybe to like a 387 and then pushes back up. I think everything today, everything going towards CPI, it's going to be nothing but bullish momentum. And again, it really just depends on CPI, but I think we rally towards CPI. If we have a really good CPI, I think we keep pushing hard like crazy. But again, on weekly support or weekly resistance, you're on that weekly resistance. So I do think that as of right now, we're headed to like $400, at least from what TA is saying, right? That's what it just kind of looks like right now. Like it looks like you're headed towards $400, especially after breaking this huge range, right? This is basically your range. Not even that. It was more something like this. This is more of your range, like right there. That was probably more of your range. But as of right now, because you're on that weekly resistance, I think for the most part you're headed to 396. So you might come back, retest this 389, 388-ish level, like down here, and then pop to the upside, right? So that's what I think we're probably gonna end up doing on the SPX. Bitcoin also is continuously rallying right now, which is pretty cool. I haven't loaded up on crypto yet, but I think, like I said in my last video on Bitcoin, this whole general area, if you guys aren't DCAing this whole area, I don't know what you guys are doing. You guys should be DCAing this whole area. And again, my indicators tell you exactly where you guys should be DCAing, right? Again, every perfect entry on the weekly is a perfect time to DCA. It gives you a rough area of where you guys can see all these major pops. So again, I can't say this enough. If you guys want to join the Patreon, my indicators make it ridiculously easy for you guys to actually, what is it called? To actually like DCA into the market or catch some perfect entries, right? Even right now on all the alts are running. You guys would have probably grabbed a really good, entry on all these alts. And the dollar, right? The reason why I'm actually really bearish on the dollar is you actually did you hit lows Low of 103.391, 103.3. Oh, you did break lows. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm going to add. Yeah, the dollar is going to 101.362. I can almost guarantee you guys that that's what it's going to do. It just broke lows from this one and then from this range. This is 103.448, 103.429. So you actually haven't broken these lows right here. But, yeah, this looks like it's going all the way back down to... Did it break? Yeah, that's good right there. That's a good range. So your range on the dollar was between 1034 and 1049. If you break these lows right here, 103.448, if you start coming under here in any of these candles, dude, I am longing the market until the dollar hits 101.362. This shit's crazy. And it looks like it's gonna keep going down. Even on the weekly, you actually look at like you're gonna close. You look at this bullish entry, right? You had a bullish entry on the DXY right here, right here on 104.3, right? And you've seen nothing but bearish momentum. So I'd be longing all of this on the market here. I'd be longing everything, right? Because I do think the dollar is going to come crashing back to like 101.362. It just looks extremely likely. I'm still very bullish on the market. Look, you already hit 391, and I think I bought like I bought like 1,000 shares on Forex of the SPX 500 index. So again, this looks, Oh wait, do you have divergence here? No, you don't. And again, oh, did you from here? Oh, you did. You did have divergence here. Oh wait, did I take this long? Actually, I don't know if I took this long. I should have taken this long here. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, I still think you're going to keep pushing up. I mean, you're looking really, really strong unless I'm probably going to get out of all my longs because I want that gap to fill. And again, you're not breaking that trend, so I do think there's a really good chance that you come back down to maybe like this level, like 390, 388, 389, because SPY does have a gap to fill, right? But we don't have to fill that gap, right? It'll get filled eventually. Doesn't have to get filled today. If this breaks to the upside, I think we're gonna keep moving. And like I said, like $400 was my target initially, and then also 420 or so. And again, you're about to do a bull bear bull cancel on the hour. So I'd long all of this right now. I'd be longing everything. Actually, I'm gonna take the screenshot because I'm gonna throw it into the Patreon chat and tell everybody that they should be logging everything and that they should have a open long position like this right here. I'll give you guys some free sauce, just like I gave you guys a free sauce yesterday on BNB, right? If you guys watched that video, this is basically there. If you want some wiggle room, throw this down here, right? But as of right now, really good entry would be something like that in like 28 minutes or so. So I will more than likely share this with the Patreon chat, right? Let's do 50% on that candle. There you go. We have a 14 R&R. That's ridiculous. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. I think we're going to like 401. Keep in mind that I said that low range would be like 387. So if we do come at 387, I'm looking for longs. I will not short this unless we actually close a 4-hour bear trigger on my indicators. And if that happens, great. If it doesn't happen, then I'm not gonna open any shorts. And if you guys want access to these, join the Patreon. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.